Okay guys, welcome back to Blender, and what we're going to be doing today is a blue flute. So we don't need the default cube right here. We're going to go ahead and add a circle. Let's go S for scale just to bring that up. Let's go edit and we'll go F for fill. We'll go E for extrude, scale outwards, and then E for extrude again, scale outwards, and then we're going to go ahead and just scale inwards just at this point. And maybe you could angle this up just a little bit, just G. And then I'm going to take the base as well, so let's select the base. So E for extrude, and we're just going to go ahead and go inwards, and then E for extrude, and then we'll go inwards at the bottom as well. You can use the X-ray mode to see exactly where you're going. So I'm just going to go ahead and press G and just bring that up just ever so slightly, and then E for extrude again, and then scale inwards as such. So let's take this top face right here. We'll go E for extrude again, scale in, and then we'll go for E for extrude. We'll go for S for scale. Sorry, 1 second. G, just to bring it up. And essentially what you want to do is do a little spire just in the middle. So S for scale. And then we're going to go E for extrude, S for scale again. And then we'll go E for extrude, and we'll just bring that up as such. So what we're going to want to do is make this really thin as well. So maybe backtrack, scale it up. And then E for extrude to make that a little bit thinner right there. So let's go and make the top bit. So let's go E for extrude, scale outwards, E for extrude, we'll scale outwards again, E for extrude, and you just want to bring this up at the top, and then E for extrude again, scale inwards just slightly, E for extrude, leave it where it is, scale it in. And now you've got this nice little lip around the outside. I'm just going to go S and scale back just a little bit. And then E for extrude, go down. And essentially what you want to do, as I've said in the rest of my tutorials, you just want a nice little gap between the outside wall and the inside. We'll press G, bring this down. And then E for extrude again, and we'll just go ahead and scale this in very neatly at the bottom, just as such. So we're going to go to the object mode right now, shade smooth, and let's add this as glass. So we can change out the principal BSDF to glass, and then we wanted a blue flute. If you haven't already, change your render from EV to cycles, so that you get this nice little glass. Add, and then we're going to go plane. And then we'll go with the light as well. Exposure. I'm just going to go ahead and just pull this light just ever so slightly. And then I'm going to go ahead and change to the opposite side as well. So you can see with this flute, there's a lot of black kind of up at the top here. I think that's the reflection from this. So don't worry too much about that. But what you can do, you can change the IOR if that's something that kind of bothers you with your project. Just go ahead and mess around with that. I'm just going to go ahead and take this piece at the bottom right here, little plane, and just move it around. And this is our glass right here. So we wanted a blue one. Let's go ahead and tint that blue. And that's how you make a blue glass. If you guys liked the tutorial, please like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.